Back with another flight test on Essential RC. This is the RC Era H145. Their code for this is C190. We have looked at this before. If you're asking yourself, yes, we've done the C190 before, we have, but we did it in the Swiss rescue scheme. What we've got today is the Security Civil scheme. Both really nice looking schemes. I think it would be difficult to choose which one to go for, but this is the one I'm going to show you today. Might make it easier for you to make your decision. But you get everything that you need in the box to fly these. This is what is really fantastic about them. You just have to put 4 AA's in the radio transmitter that is in the box. So the only thing I think you do have to decide is how many batteries you order it with, 1, 2 or 3. I would advise you to go for at least 2, so that if you fly and then you want to fly a bit more, then at least you can put that first battery on charge while you use the second one. So let's take it out of the box. Let's see what it looks like. So there we go. Is that a good looking heli? I like that a lot. I like anything with red on it, basically. If you've been watching the channel, you will know that. And yellow goes with red really nicely. Very high visibility scheme, which would actually aid in you flying it outside when you do that. Fenestron ducted tail rotor as well, which is more realistic. That's quite a recent thing on the RC Era helicopters. Just looks really good. 5-bladed as well. Nice, and you don't have to do anything with it out of the box. It's pre-painted. It's got the stickers already on it. Really good looking heli. So the other things in the box, obviously, you have got the radio transmitter, which is the same as we've looked at before. So you've got separate takeoff and landing buttons. You've got the 3 speed modes. Indoors, I would just use the lowest one. And then you've got the emergency stop, which you should only use in a dire emergency. It's going to fall out of the sky like a stone if you use that. And then otherwise the controls are pretty much the same. What I have found, and what is becoming more common knowledge, is if you want to turn off the optical flow sensor, you can do that by holding down that trim switch for 3 seconds. It will beep and start flashing, and that means that it's turned that off. It won't interfere with you flying. I think optical flow is probably really good for absolute beginners, where you want hands off and it try and help you by hovering over the spot. But I think if you are used to flying RC helicopters or these types of RC helicopters, then it might be worth switching that off. No need to cut the wires on the sensor, just unless you want to permanently turn it off, but otherwise just use that, hold it down 3 seconds, it'll be off, and you'll be good to go. Let's get it in the air, let's see how it flies. So on the transmitter, turn that on. That red light will flash, indicating it's ready to bind to the receiver in the helicopter. Let's take the front off, pull from the bottom, and then it comes off like that. Don't pull it too hard because there's a little leads going to the light on the front. Then putting this in, it goes in that way up. You'll notice there's a lock mechanism. That is unlocked. That slots in. Oh, it was already turned on. That's naughty from the factory. So there's a little slider switch here. Off. Then slide that in. Engage it with the lock. And it's now locked so it won't come out. Very important. And now switch it on. So it is flashing on the transmitter, on the left stick, up, down. It is now bound. Radio transmitter is talking to the helicopter. The lights are solid. You're good to go. So this goes back. Push it in at the top first and then in at the bottom. Make sure that's secure. You're good. All right, ready to fly? Here we go. Make sure the blades are spaced out as they should be, so to avoid any vibration when you start up. First flight, here we go. So there you go. That's the second scheme, the security civil scheme on the RC era C190 scale H145 helicopter. It's a good looking scheme. I do like that about it. It is a slightly larger helicopter compared to, say, the C138. So indoors, even though there's obviously no wind, you do get affected by the updraft or the the turbulence that you create off walls, so you have to be slightly wary of that. So definitely for a beginner, try it in a wide open space when there's nobody about before you try flying it indoors. It is a small helicopter, but just take all safety precautions because these blades can hurt if they do touch little fingers. Would advise that. But otherwise, a great looking helicopter, does fly quite well. If you just use, even on the low mode, you do have to use the sticks very, very sensibly. Otherwise you can get into this kind of rocking motion. So you kind of have to, well, release the sticks to start off with, trim it so that it vaguely stays in the same spot, and then just get used to course corrections and stuff like that. So there you go. Thanks for watching this Essential RC flight test. We'll be back soon with another one. The link for this is in the video description and the pinned comment. I should have said, you know, if you want to look up the price, but we'll be back soon. Thanks, bye.